But today, we say goodbye to an original team member, Smart Water Bottle number 3. This guy's been with me ever since Campo. So, this shows you how long these things last. They're great because they're tall and thin and they fit in the side pockets better than the fatter, like Gatorade type bottles. And it's just ideal for hiking. So he served us well. I've still got 2 large bottles, and I figure between those 2 I'll be fine going through the Sierra. I need to get rid of this because not just so much the weight but the bulk of the size. And yeah, so I'm down to these 2 water bottles now. Wow. Climbing up. Oh, where am I? I was going to meet a friend at the Bishop Pass Trail this afternoon. And they weren't there. I did get a note that was left for me at the ranger station. Let me read that to you now. Dear Dan, if you're reading this, I am not coming. I am sick of you. I could spend time with you, but I think I'll pass. This would be good for me. Besides, you're just too slow. There'll be no next time. You're so sorry. Val. P.S. Can't touch this. Do 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 do. I just came out of Muir Pass, which is back up in there somewhere. It's 3 miles ago. I think for the first time I'm done with the snow. I must have post-holed 100 times, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't walk on them. I walked over here. Check that out. So I was wanting to show you. I was wanting to show you my what I'm. Another creek to ford. That looks like this is the trail here, right down into the water, but I'll go across that log. Yeah, that looks like my best option. That's a beautiful valley. Meanwhile, back to the east, looks like the fire's going strong again. You know, it doesn't matter if you're hiking in the morning or the afternoon. So you can see a horse has been up here, which is cool. I'm glad horses, and I've seen a few people on horses. I'm glad they're using the trail. But as a hiker, that stuff, the horse manure represents potential giardia. There it is. And it's not just where the poop is, it's all of us people stepping on it, all the horses stepping on it, so it's on the bottoms of our shoes and hooves. And then you walk through a little creek, so you got to be careful about the water sources you pick. And I always get the water from up above the trail, so if there is any giardia down there in where the trail passes through the creek, then I'll be less likely to pick up any germs by going 10 feet or so up above it. This isn't an expensive lodge here. This is the regular old Howard Johnson's. So what I have a view of is a hotel, another hotel, and it has a great view of Lake Tahoe. But in between there in the gap, I can see it. So that's kind of neat. Wasn't expecting that. You can put boiling water in freezer bags. And so that's what I'll rehydrate them that way. I bought a new gas canister. That's the old one. The new one is in my cook pot. And I bought this new food bag. It's a dry sack, and it should be big enough. I've been using a garbage bag, and because they didn't have an outfitter at the last place. I put new tips on my poles. The other ones were worn down to nothing. There wasn't even hardly any metal left, and so I needed new tips. And I bought a new pair of Merrill Moab ventilators. I can't believe this pair has lasted 1,100 miles, over 1,100 miles. I'm in South Lake Tahoe, and just did a resupply shopping at the grocery store. I bought food for 5 or so days for this next segment, which is about 100 miles. But I also bought food for another segment which starts in 200 miles, since when I get there there's no store or anything. And that's a 2.5 day, about a 40 or so mile thing. I'll mail it to some people whose name are the Brattons. So this is called a hybrid resupply. Some people mail out everything, right? And some people buy everything as they go. It's just that there's a few places where it's almost impossible unless you just want a convenience store food. So the hybrid method is you, for the most part, buy as you go, and then every now and then you buy extra food to get mailed. And so I'm walking to the post office now. It's about a half-hour walk to go mail off that next section that starts in 200 miles. Don't want to wait till the last minute and mail it out, and then it doesn't get there in time. This reminds me a little bit of Tuolumne Meadows in Yosemite. So many people come here with tents, RVs, tons of gear, vehicles, trying to get that outdoor experience, get away from the city or the suburbs, whatever their situation is. But then when you see how they're all just sort of jammed in together, you wonder what that experience really is like. And so for them, this is getting back to nature perhaps, or doing some outdoorsy stuff, whereas for a person like myself, this is being thrust back into civilization with, I mean, right here is a busy 4-lane road, the main road going through South Lake Tahoe. It's Friday. Usually don't hike with other people. I usually don't see other people. Today, though, I hiked for a little while with Space Kitty and Goulet. I've seen them and known them off and on for quite a while. There's somebody right behind me there. You see them? The guy right there. And then I keep running into Copenhagen and Night Shift today as well. A couple guys I met yesterday.